Cindy's getting kind of tired of these garden raiders. So she thought today they might have a bad day and we might have a stew.
Dinner. I wanted rabbit stew, and yesterday they got away from me. This time he didn't.
It'll be tasty.
Which was funny. When I come around the corner by your woodshed, two of them went flying out.
Oh. Okay, so what you doing, Cindy Lou?
Well, over this past summer, the rabbits have gotten a little out of hand. Several years ago, they went in and ate all my trees, killed at least 4 of my fruit trees. The snow was really deep, so it wasn't really their fault. And so we kind of dispatched a couple of them and made rabbit sausage with them. And we use rabbit and we use grouse. So this year, the rabbits are starting to come back again. Usually I don't like to shoot them around the yard because they're fun to watch. Well, they ate most of my garden this year. Most of my spinach, all my spinach, most of my kale. They really like the yellow beans and not so much the green beans. So they're kind of overpopulating again. And for squeamish people, I don't shoot all of them. I leave what I call breeding stock. So what I'm going to do today is I'm making rabbit stew and dumplings. So this is 1 medium-sized onion and celery. And I chop everything up and have everything ready to go. So as I need it, I can put it in there. I have parsnips, rutabagas, turnips, carrots, garlic, and shallots. And of course, rabbit bits. The rabbit bits are cut up.
I'm deboning the rabbit, getting as much meat off of it as possible, all boneless meat.
And stuff. So, so what I'm going to do, I like to cut all my vegetables and everything ready. I have little tiny potatoes. I'll just wash those and stick them in there. So I have one of my favorite pans. It's an old one. I'm going to melt butter in there and saute my onions and my celery until soft, about 5 minutes more or less. And then I'll throw the rabbit in with that and fry all that together in butter until they're brown. And then I will add chicken stock to it. And then the rest of the vegetables. And just before it's time to eat, I will make egg dumplings for it, which consist of egg, flour, and butter and water. It's a recipe that my mom had that was her mom's, and that recipe belonged to her mom, so it's my great-grandmother's recipe. They're an egg dumpling, and that's what we're going to have for dinner.
And they are yummy. That's about all I can get off of there. The ribs don't really have any meat on them. So one little cottontail, there's quite a little bit of meat on them. Plenty for a soup.
So I fried the rabbit in butter, and I first fried the onions and the celery. And then after that I put the rabbit in there and fried that. And what this is just frozen chicken broth that I made, my own made broth. And so I'm just trying to get it to melt down. I use butter to fry everything in, and I use unsalted butter because you're going to add salt or whatever to your stuff anyway. So I use, a lot of times when I cook like this, I'll use unsalted butter to add that. So what I'm doing is I'm waiting for that. Once that melts, then I'll take all my vegetables here, you know, the carrots, the turnips, the parsnips and rutabagas, and then I have shallots, and then I have garlic. And then over there I have these little tiny new potatoes that I dug out of my garden, so they're over here. So I'll take and wash these off really, really good and kind of scrub them a little bit. Maybe take off that.
That's out of our garden?
This is out of our garden. And I'll throw those in whole like that.
Homemade bread and good looking rabbit stew. Mmm.